All right, you got news?
I sure do got news.
Mm-hmm.
We got a girl fight happening.
Mm-mm.
It's between Emma Watson, of course, who played Hermione Granger in all of the Harry Potter films, and the woman herself who authored all of the Harry Potter books and then, produces and directs and still makes tons of money off of the shows and films and all that stuff. So we have first this video of Emma Watson apparently for a while now, because there was that rift where HBO was like, no, we're gonna do the Christmas special, but we're not inviting JK. But then I think JK saw so much support just generally, specifically from liberal lesbian feminists in the UK and places changing their laws, that she was no longer considered the underdog. So now HBO is like happy to work with her again. And so Emma Watson for a really long time had been silent on her disagreements with Rowling on the trans issue, and here she is discussing it.
I've just got to this place where it's just, if it costs me any part of my piece, it's just too expensive. And of course, there's opportunities that I think, wow, that would be amazing. And I care deeply about my work. But I think I just used to completely sacrifice myself for whatever the thing was I was trying to achieve. And that could be a grade, it could be a movie, it could be promoting. I just was obsessed with excellence and doing everything, giving my all to everything and doing it to the best of my ability.
By the way, I suffer from all this too. I try too hard. I give about 110%. I'm too good. I'm too focused. And I'm too
too
so
focused.
let's just put that out there right now. I prepare too much, but all right, that's my fault. And I love too much. Sorry.
Was obsessed with excellence and doing everything, giving my all to everything and doing it to the best of my ability.
Got it. Here we go.
And
what's going on?
Unless you have the right people around you that can hold that kind of level of commitment, you're going to get smashed up. You're just going to get crushed. And so I think now it's just a case of me being like, okay, I know that for me to do anything, I have to have people in the room that care about me more than whatever the product is or whatever the final product is. And if that isn't the case, I cannot be there, because I'm just someone who gives it all. Is how I'm built. And I think understanding that makeup.
All right, hold on a second. Is this a TED Talk on motivation, or is she going to fucking start talking about the subject we're talking about? Or is it just...
I'm about to thank her for coming in for the job interview and let her know we're going to go a different way.
We're going a different way because you're really self-absorbed.
What point are we trying to make?
Cons.
What point are we making with this?
Okay, so apparently...
But how do we arrive on a clip of her just saying she was the most focused person in the room? Wait, now there's another 20 seconds. I want to know.
It was in the same interview where it was in the... So that's Jay Shetty that she's on.
I just want to see the rest, by the way, just because we're completely insane around here. But I do feel motivated, if there's any consolation. Let's see.
Of myself, and not punishing myself for that, but just knowing it needs certain kinds of conditions, is how I've come to, hopefully, and it's such a journey and I'll keep doing it forever and probably every day, but accepting myself.
Are you good at accepting yourself?
I don't think one way or the other about myself. I have no thoughts about myself. It's kind of a waste of time. I'm more concerned with how do we arrive on this fucking clip. And what clip are we looking for?
I think this might be the clip that we're looking for.
All right. Well, let's do that one.
There's just no world in which I could ever cancel her out or cancel that out for anything. It has to remain true. It is true. And this is where this holding of these, I just don't know what else to do other than hold these two seemingly incompatible things together at the same time and just hope maybe they will one day resolve or co-join themselves, and maybe accept that they never will, but that they can both still be true. And I can love her. I can know she loved me. I can be grateful to her. I can know the things that she said are true. And there can be this whole other thing. And my job feels like to just hold all of it. But the bigger thing is just what she's done will never be taken away from me.
Huh?
So she was
Don't
talking about
really know.
Rowling there and how Rowling did so much for her and how she hopes that she can continue to love people who disagree with her, which is the part of the quote I think most of us could agree with, right? Where you have people in our lives that we disagree with. But the rest of the fluff of like, oh, it's like J.K. Rowling is this bipolar two people thing. Rowling did not like that and is not over the feud, according to our friends over the Daily Wire. She then went on X to post, quote, like other people who've never experienced adult life uncushioned by wealth and fame, Emma has so little experience of real life, she's ignorant of how ignorant she is. I'm seeing quite a bit comment about this, so I wanted to make a couple of points here. I'm not owed eternal agreement from any actor who once played a character that I created. The idea is as ludicrous as me checking with the boss I had when I was 21 for what opinions I should and should not have. I wasn't a multimillionaire at 14. I lived in poverty while writing the book that made Emma famous. Therefore, I understand from my own life experience what the trashing of women's rights in which Emma has so enthusiastically participated means to women and girls without her privileges.
Go get him, girl.
She continues, quote, the greatest irony here is that had Emma not decided in her most recent interview to declare that she loves and treasures me, a change of tack I respect she's adopted because she's noticed full-throated condemnation of me is no longer quite as fashionable as it was. I might never have been this honest. God, even in her ex, like, she's such a great writer.
She's great.
Like, she continues, adults can't expect to cozy up to an activist movement that regularly calls for a friend's assassination, then assert their right to the former friend's love, as though the friend was in fact their mother. Emma is rightly free to disagree with me and indeed to discuss her feelings about me in public, but I have the same right, and I've finally decided to exercise it.
Very good.
Snap.
All right. You know, I was talking to Drew about this the other day. He wants me to bring it up, but I said to him, I said, you know, I'll tell you who I want to work with. Like, I want to be my publicist.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you think about publicity, you know, you go, well, Bad Bunny, man, it's going to get a ton of publicity, free publicity from doing all this. But that's a windfall.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's big. And then you go, yeah, but the guy who came up with, you know, the Coca-Cola logo or the company that came up with the McDonald's song, you deserve a break today. But I'll tell you the person I want to work with.
Uh-huh.
The person, like, it's like 9 years ago, somebody went, look, here's what we have to do, not only in the United States, but around the world. We have to convince people, and people are like, what? To use margarine instead of butter? No, it's going to be a lot harder than that. To drink Pepsi instead of Coke? No. No, those are easy. To like sign up for the Marines instead of the Navy? No. We have to convince people that men are women and women are men, and men can become women and women can become men.
Uh-huh.
And that person, like, if you would have said that to me, I would have went, oh, good fucking luck. Good luck.
Feminists are never going to get on board with that.
We can convince people. I think I could get people to start using this toilet paper instead of that toilet paper, or my canned soup instead of those guys' canned soup. But convincing people, not just in the United States, we're going worldwide with this shit. And God damn it, they got literally half the country to buy into this shit, and they got the other half of the country scared to say anything about it, which is insane because it's the most insane proclamation ever undertaken. If you went to every Madison Avenue outfit and talked to John Hamm and Mad Men, and he said, here's your job. What, to get him to get Ford over Chevy? No. We need half this country to think a man can be a woman, a woman can be a man, and you know, stuff assigned at birth. It's not given. It's not biological. Okay, that's one half. The other half is the sane half. They have to be scared shitless to talk, or they're going to lose their job in Hollywood. That's like
not just in Hollywood, in corporations,
everywhere.
Like teachers.
This has got to be the greatest undertaking of humanity. This is much bigger than the Hoover Dam or World War II or the Panama Canal. This is the biggest human endeavor ever to convince people. By the way, 10 years ago, you talk to anyone you know, and they go, what the fuck are you talking about? No, that's my son, that's my daughter. Now shut the fuck up and get out of my house. I don't know what you're talking about. To go from that to, well, you know, he believes and feels like he's trapped inside, and to have the mom nodding her head.
Assigning gender.
Yeah, and the mom's like going, he's right, listen to him. Are you fucking kidding me? We got half the country to do it, and the other half to be so scared they wouldn't talk.
I'd go broader. Half of the world to do it.
Well, yes,
And then the other half of the world so
I'm
scared.
leaving out the Middle East.
Well,
and parts of
definitely
Africa
don't get rights there, so
No,
they'd accept men saying they're women before
I
women,
said
for
the
sure.
world a few times. The Western world.
Yeah.
The Western world.
Yep.
We have the person that wrote Harry Potter and is responsible for Harry Potter simply explaining a man is a man and a woman is a woman and women and men shouldn't compete in the same sports. And she's going to be taken out of she's going to be erased from the history books and not welcome to the HBO party and everything else. And the cat's going to turn. That's an amazing endeavor. If you think about it, like, what are we capable of, people? Because I'm going to say
cure cancer?
anything. Well, we can't get a bullet train from Fresno to Merced, but
Could probably get Carolla on CNN.
yes,
Yeah.
it could probably get me a weekend show on CNN. So
Those people.
it is pretty insane what we were able to do with this project. If you think of it, if you looked at it like a product,
Yeah.
like you go, I got a product. What's a product do?
Well,
Is
the
it-
product
is
is
it
like fear mongering and emotional.
No,
and
no.
it's
The
great,
The product,
and
but no, the product is just you got to get everyone to say a man is a woman, a woman is a man, or can be, or what. That's the product. But it doesn't clean windows, and it doesn't freshen air, and it doesn't clean your kitty litter box. But that product is that, and we're going to sell this product, and we're going to get everyone to buy in on it. And the ones who don't buy in on it, and it's funny because when I told this to Drew, he goes, yeah, but a lot of people, they didn't really buy it. They just were scared. And I said, even better.
Yeah.
You got people who disagree with you so fucking scared that they're not going to say anything. That's
Germans during World War II.
that's the ultimate.
Turns out they're culpable as well, though. The people who remain
Oh,
silent.
for sure. Wait a minute. Germans, World War
No,
II?
I'm just saying, like, you have, like, people, Bonhoeffer that wrote about this, like, the people during World War II that were like, well, we don't really agree with Hitler.
German citizens.
And the Nazis, they're bad, but we don't want our neighbors to rat us out, so therefore
Yeah.
we won't hide Jews and we won't speak up and say anything.
Yeah, we just had our own COVID version of that over here.
Like, people that are now telling me, oh, yeah, I didn't get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. And it's so.
Or the women, my favorite, though, right now is some of the liberal hippie ladies I know that are like, oh, I never took Tylenol while pregnant. I never did anything while pregnant.
The sad
But
part.
if Trump says it, they're posting all over their Instagram and TikTok
Right.
about how he wants to hurt women and babies, and Tylenol's totally fine.
The sad part is the people who went along with it. You're right. And it's still, if you take a look at it as a sociological experiment, like, we're going to look back and go, we converted in a very short time.
So short.
We got everybody to believe something that was clinically insane and fight and threaten people and Congress people. We have people on the Supreme Court ask what a woman is, going, I'm not a biologist. I can't answer. Like, it was so
I want to be the highest
effective.
judicial office in the land, but I don't think I'm qualified to say that a woman has a hoo-ha and different chromosomes.
They were scared.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. We scared everybody into saying something that's insane.
But
because they were scared of what? Being ostracized by people who have an insane idea?
Yeah, well, losing a job, losing a school, you had doctors and nurses signing on to this crap too. People that are supposed to first do no harm.
I know.
That
And
are
now
getting
and it's
tens of
all going to
millions of
come.
dollars.
It's all going to come undone. It already is.
And kudos to JK for saying this. Originally, she had said back in 2024 that she had no plans to forgive Watson or the other two Harry Potter stars who publicly supported transgender rights. She said, quote, celebs who cozied up to a movement intent on eroding women's hard-won rights and who use their platforms to cheer on the transitioning of minors can save their apologies for traumatized detransitioners and the vulnerable women reliant on single-sex spaces.
God love her.
Real feminist right there.
I agree.
Real feminist.
And there's a clip, actually back to Drew. He brought it in. I was looking at him with him today. The clip Drew brought in, Andrew, which is sort of what I was saying is it's in this clip, but the whole movement, it's a grievance movement. It's not like we want this, we want to be treated, we want gay marriage. Then you go, okay, fine, get married. And they go, Oh, well, we're moving on to more
Next.
grievance. It's
Yeah.
all fucking grievance. It's all grievance. The black thing is grievance. All the race stuff, all the gender stuff, it's just grievance. And you'll see in this clip, this was someone who transitioned but regrets it. And she'll explain it. He'll explain it. They'll explain it. Someone will explain it. Here we go.
That cause those symptoms. And when you don't appropriately diagnose people, you lead them into a life of ruin. All of these interventions are permanent, they're irreversible, and they lied to me. I want people to know that they're lying to people. They're not diagnosing autogynephiles as autogynephiles. I have friends who medicalized all the way and are self-admitted HEPs who were never diagnosed with the reason they feel this way. They were just transitioned.
Who do you blame for this sort of fast tracking of medicalizing children?
I think after gay marriage was won, there was an empty hole in gay politics. We had gotten everything we wanted, and I think trans jumped into all of the orgs that were associated with the gay community, and they lobbied to make gender identity a protected thing.
All right.
They
You can
started
stop right
doing
there
that in
because I always just went, hold on. I thought it was the lesbian and gay community. When did trans take everything over?
So true.
I was at a fucking Starbucks in Malibu yesterday, and they had a trans flag hanging. Well, actually, my girlfriend went in and then came back, and she went, ugh, I got a trans flag hanging. And then I said, what kind of flag was it before it became a trans flag? And she goes, what? And I said, what kind of flag? And she went, so it's a trans flag. And I went, all right, let's make it a joke. But anyway, forget it now.
Sometimes the people we want to laugh the most just don't.
It was a beach towel.
You know?
Yeah, come on, I'm a comedian. You got to.
People pay me to do this, woman.
All right, so what they did is they got everything they wanted, and then the trans people showed up and went, we'll take it from here. And
actually undermined everything that members of the gay community did for years.
And it's all there. It's all there as a pushback because they hate their dads and we become their dads. That's all that's going on. Here's what it is. It's basically like you saying. It's like you saying to your stepdad goes, your curfew is 10 p.m., young lady. And then you go, make it midnight. You let me out till midnight and I'll never complain about anything again. And then they go, okay, midnight. And you go, okay. So I can just come back at midnight? Yeah. Oh. Why won't you buy me a 6-pack of beer? What? No, I'm not going to buy you a 6-pack of beer. You buy me a 6-pack of beer, old man. I hate your guts. And then at some point he goes, fine, I'll get you a 6-pack and you can come back at midnight. Okay.
Now give me a fake ID.
I need heroin. I don't need a fake ID. You buy my beer. I want a fake ID and I want a heroin syringe. And you go, absolutely not. That is crazy. I'm not going to do it. Then you go, oh, really? Fuck you. I hate you. And they go, fine, here's your heroin. Here's your rig, your 6-pack. Your fake ID. Don't come back. And then you go, okay, I got everything I want. Yeah. And I want to borrow your car. No, I'm not going to fuck you then. And it's like, okay, at what point do you just want grievance? You just want grievance.
Actually,
the drag queen story hour, that's just grievance. That drag queen has nothing in it for him, nothing in it for the kids, nothing in it for anybody. It's all grievance. And they hate their dads, and nobody understands this. And they go, just give them the thing, and then they'll stop. They won't stop because they're in the grievance business.
And I think the hate the dad thing is so true. I think that so many people, whether they're heterosexual, homosexual, in the trans movement, whatever, that have signed on to this, like to pretend that they're a victim and like to victimize their childhood in the ways that they weren't accepted and loved.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore, when they see a kid that's like, I think I might be a man or I might be a boy, they're like, oh my God, let me help you. The intent might be generous, but the actual result is really horrifically and irreversibly dangerous to that child that they see themselves in, and they're trying to like fix this person that needs to be accepted and loved. And it's really twisted.
And also, and they can be talked in. I mean, obviously, Bill Maher says, how come none of this is happening in Iowa or Wyoming? Why is it all in the coast?
Well, maybe those kids don't have phones and TikTok, but
it's like when you hear what's her name from Sex and the City going, my daughter's transition and my nieces have. Everyone I know is transition. It's like, okay, bitch, something's going on. Unless you got a really bad water table, but you drink bottled water. What do you think of this? I'm going to bring this up to you, Dawson, because you're not scared. Alicia's going to be scared.
Oh, God.
But it sounds like it's racial, but it's not. 15, 16-year-olds, a lot of girls, especially being in West Coast, East Coast, Manhattan, Los Angeles, they just get in a clique and they just whatever.
I mean, yeah, this is what Abigail Schreier talked about.
Right.
Whether it's anorexia or transitioning or lesbian, little cliques. Yeah.
How many people in this time period, if you told them, like, it's that 16-year-old girl and or boy out here, that same kind of group, you could transition into being a black person, what percentage of them would go for it? I think a lot for where I'm from. A lot from out here.
Well, yeah,
more than sex. They would go for
Their
it.
transition to a different ethnicity.
Yeah, they would.
Especially white.
I'm
young
just saying,
white men.
Young
Why
white
wouldn't
dudes
they? Young
white
would
men.
go to black.
Yes.
And then
They'd be like, sign me up, I'll be Joy Reid.
I'll shave my head, I'll be Joy Reid. And as a dad, I would go, honey, you're 15.
Yeah.
Let's not do this.
Let's not Rachel Dolezal it up.
Yes, I think you'll be 40 and might be unhappy that you did this. So I'm just saying, at that age, a lot of people would do a lot of stuff. Anyway, we're nuts. It's going to go down in history. It'll be about whatever happens to Fauci and COVID in history. It'll be about the same.
I actually hope that there's more ramifications for this.
Oh, I mean ramification, but history's not going to be kind to the
Good.
assholes that were doing the surgery.
Good.
And then plus, I don't know, you ever see that clip of the woman from Vanderbilt talking about how much money there is in top surgery?
And how they're trying to
stuff?
push people in that direction. Like, don't just stop at giving them hormone blockers. Let's make sure that they schedule the surgeries.
Yeah, and she's like, it's $40,000 just for top surgery. It's like, okay, it's
You mean
business,
breasts?
you ghouls.
You mean giving a child without cancer a double mastectomy?
At a certain point, you become a ghoul.
Yep.
Is what I'm saying. You're slaughtering kids. All right, yeah, let's listen to her. Whatever. This is, by the way, this is not a junior college outside of Tijuana.
This is freaking Vandy.
This is Vandy.
Starting in January 1st of 2017, according to the Affordable Care Act, insurance carriers are mandated to cover medical expenses. for
Oh,
trans
good.
folks.
Oh, insurance. Affordable
Some
care.
of our UMC financial folks in October of 2016, starting a couple years ago, put down some costs of how much money we think each patient would bring in. And this is only including top surgery. This isn't including any bottom surgery. And it's a lot of money. These surgeries make a lot of money. So female to male chest reconstruction can bring in $40,000. A patient just on routine hormone treatment, who I'm only seeing a few times a year, can bring in several $1,000s. So that requires a lot of visits and labs. It actually makes money for the hospital.
All right. So the point is this. Also,
I don't like to use the B word.
God.
I would apply it to that woman.
Yes.
Like, what a horrific bitch. Like, how many children's lives did she ruin because she could, quote unquote, bring in several thousands of dollars? She's probably making $500,000 a year being some director of something and should have her medical license removed.
The bigger part of this time that I find interesting, whether it's this or COVID, is the people who said something about this shit were the ones that were being destroyed.
Yes.
While the left cheered.
We were the anti-science. You know what they're doing now, though? This really pisses me off. NPR, CNN, everybody now, they're not just saying like science, they're saying good science.
Oh, really?
So there are some studies out there that show that, yes, maybe Tylenol during pregnancy ain't great for the baby in utero. Or as the left would call it, a blob of cells. But then there are other studies that show here in some of them are European, some are from the United States, saying, no, it's no big deal. It's totally fine, right? So this is where you have now Trump and RFK Jr. have said stuff about it. Literally every single news report on the Tylenol thing and the COVID vaccine thing for children and all these other things, measles, they're big on, is good science. So NPR and CNN are only talking about good scientists. And I'm like, well, then
Right.
how do you determine who the good scientist is? Is it the people that were transitioning children?
Well, all the good scientists turn out to be wrong during COVID, and all the bad scientists with the misinformation turn out to be right.
Jay Bhattacharya.
And the whole group.
Yep.
All right, one more story, if you got it.
So this is a really sweet, it's bittersweet story. I did not know this about Tim Allen, great guy. The home improvement star said that Erika Kirk's emotional eulogy at Charlie's memorial service, where she apologized or where she forgave his assassin, and spoke deeply about her faith, has now inspired him to forgive his father's killer. His father was killed by a drunk driver when he was just 11 years old. Tim said, quote, when Erika Kirk spoke the words on the man who killed her husband, that young man, I forgive him. That moment deeply affected me. He wrote on X on Thursday. I have struggled for over 60 years to forgive the man who killed my dad, and I will say those words now as I type. I forgive the man who killed my father. Peace be with you all.
Oh, well, good. Good for Timmy.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I pray that for Charlie's kids, that they can grow up and forgive the man that killed their dad.
Yeah.
Are you doing more security now?
Yes.
It's scary, isn't it? Just a little bit?
Yeah, I was just talking to Dr. Drew, who was traveling around with
Hope
Gutfeld.
he has it too.
And Gutfeld's they've got like 3 guys assigned to him when he travels around and stuff like that.
I mean, it's sad that, I do campus speeches. I've always done campus speeches the last 7+ years. And it's like I sometimes request security at events, not for me, but for the students in the audience, for like the little old Chamber of Commerce and Republican Party ladies that come out and stuff like that. And I was just at a live action, a pro-life event over the weekend. There's security everywhere. I think it's less for like the A-listers that are there and as much for the audience that's there as well now.
Yeah.
Like when you go do stand-up now, like you need security for you, but also the crowd of people that the left deems dangerous or violent because of your words. Like it's ridiculous.
I was thinking about Tim Allen's dad being killed by a drunk driver, and in the pantheon of Joe Biden and why we should hate him more, even though we have enough to hate him, there's one that gets forgotten about a lot, which makes you a really bad person, which is his wife was killed by a truck driver. His son, another son.
It was like his 2 young sons, right? Wasn't it?
They survived. I think the wife died, and maybe one died. I think
daughter,
whatever.
yeah,
Tragedy.
was a child. Yeah.
Tragedy. Okay. The guy driving the truck was not at fault.
Yep.
His wife was at fault. Every time Joe would tell the story, he would say the guy drank his lunch, meaning he was driving a semi-truck.
And blame the guy.
Drunk, and blame the guy, which is a despicable thing to do for a guy who was driving and somebody caused an accident and now they're dead. And I'm sure he had to live with that guilt. And his daughter asked Joe Biden to please stop lying about it. It was killing his dad. And Joe Biden kept saying it. That makes him a very bad guy. It makes him a horrible, horrible guy. And it's also unnecessary. I know you're trying to collect points wherever you go,
Just the fact that you were a young widower is enough sorrow points, right? It doesn't matter who was responsible for the car accident. It's a horrible tragedy.
Yes, you get all your tragedy points without destroying another family's lives. Being immoral. That's exactly right.